The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are living in California after stepping back as working royals in March 2020. But almost 2 years on, royal commentator Danielle Elser claimed the pair still seem to be struggling to gain traction as the leaders they seem so keen to be. Danielle Elser said the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and the Queen have been all over magazine covers in America as she highlighted the sustained public interest in the Windsor stateside. After announcing their Megxit decision, Ms. Elser said it was thought Harry and Meghan would join the most upper echelons of the U.S. glitterati. She said, like pretty much every assumption that the world held during those first few febrile months of 2020, nothing has quite panned out the way that anyone thought, including the Sussexes' post-palace careers. As we are poised to begin 2022, Harry and especially Meghan are increasingly polarizing figures who have failed to build the sort of broad support base that many, including myself, expected them to. The royal commentator said, in fact, next year could see a renewed Windsor assault on the U.S. with news that the next outing of the Duke of Cambridge's Earthshot Prize will be held in the States, raising the possibility of a royal tour there also. Ms. Elser pointed to the couple's controversial Oprah Winfrey interview and Harry's upcoming tell-all memoir. She also referred to the pair appearing on the cover of Time magazine in September and their trip to the Big Apple that month. And Ms. Elser highlighted Meghan recently contacting U.S. politicians to lobby for paid parental leave. The royal commentator said, having spent the last couple of months trying to push for paid parental leave, there does not appear to be anything even vaguely resembling a groundswell of support behind the Duchess. Their excruciatingly cringy Time cover and their faux royal tour of New York would seem to have failed to truly establish the duo as the power players they seem too achingly hungry to be, though the magazine outing did spawn a tranche of less than flattering memes. In other news, the royal family's traditional Christmas Day walkabout looks set to be cancelled over fears it would be a COVID superspreader event. As Omicron rips across the country, the monarch will be advised to close the gates to her private grounds, where thousands of royal watchers normally gather to greet her and her family. Visitors may still be allowed on the Sandringham estate, but sources say the famous footpath will be locked down. Staff say they fully expect public access to be denied on Christmas Day to protect royals and members of the public alike from the threat of COVID. A source said, "Of course everyone would love everything back to normal, but the situation is anything but." Buckingham Palace insisted that all the Queen's plans for Christmas were still under discussion. Several hundred people usually traveled to Sandringham for the royal walkabout, some coming from abroad. Queues often start to form around 2 a.m. Well-wishers hope to offer Her Majesty their Christmas greetings, and vie for the chance to shake hands with her family, including Prince Charles and Camilla and William and Kate. If the event is cancelled this year, it will be for the second year running. Last year the Queen spent Christmas shielding with Prince Philip at Windsor Castle, unable to be joined by family. On Wednesday she is due to go by helicopter from Windsor to Sandringham in Norfolk, but palace insiders say plans are still in the balance. After Prince Philip's death in April aged 99, all 4 of her children have promised to make sure she is not alone this Christmas, wherever she spends it. Prince Charles and Camilla, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward have agreed to limit social contact so they can safely join her. The Queen's grandson Prince William and wife Kate are doing the same. One alternative being closely examined by courtiers is for the Queen to remain at Windsor and be joined by family there. She has spent much of the pan-negation-demic at the castle, and a secure COVID-19 bubble is already in place there, with dozens of loyal staff who have stayed alongside Her Majesty. The Queen has already cancelled a pre-Christmas party for her extended family at Windsor due to the surge of the Omicron variant in recent weeks. She had been planning to welcome around 50 relatives on Tuesday. If the family's more intimate Christmas gathering takes place at Sandringham, officials hope to allow a socially distanced media presence to beam out pictures of their stroll to St. Mary Magdalene Church for the 11 a.m. service. The advice to limit access came as the UK reported more than 93,000 new COVID cases in another daily record on Friday.